Now, when it comes to the future of South Africa, entrepreneurship is very much close to our hearts, and it is, of course, a key driving factor in creating jobs and driving the country towards more economic prosperity. Now, for this reason, we are launching a new series here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're calling it Startup of the Month. And at the end of each month, we'll feature a local business that's doing something innovative to solve a problem that is unique to our country. So for January, we're featuring a group of former Stellenbosch University students who have developed a device that has proven to be invaluable during the water crisis faced by the Western Cape.
We are Bridgiot, and we are a small company in Stellenbosch, and we try to put things online and make information accessible to help consumers save energy, water and, in the end, money. It started from the university. It spun off from a small project that we ran within the electrical and electronic engineering department. We built geyser controllers, and the whole idea with the geyser controller was to leverage the cost of electricity to make consumers aware of their water consumption patterns. And after that, we realized that the real requirement was to measure water and to simplify that device. So ever since the company has focused on water metering. Our product is called Count Dropula, and the way that it works is we have a flow sensor, and this flow sensor is typically already installed. It's a municipal meter. This municipal meter generates pulses for each litre that flows through, and we just attach a device to count those pulses, generate the pulses and send it up to our box. This is the Count Dropula that then connects to the internet and reports in the consumption onto our cloud service from where the users can access it. If there's any exceedances detected, so very high flow, or if we see a continuous flow for a long period of time, the cloud server notifies the users through text message or through an email.
Before school started, there were a number of us working. On the one particular day, there were 5 staff members at school, and the Bridgiot daily reading the next day came through on my computer, and it said we'd used 3,68 kilolitres of water. And the only explanation for that amount of water being used is the possibility of a leak. So we then subsequently got the plumbers in and have discovered we have a problem with 2 stopcocks in the roof. If it wasn't for Bridgiot, we wouldn't have noticed that.
Ever since we've started to work on schools, we realized that we can make a real difference. Just yesterday, we realized we're saving 60,000 litres of water at one school per day, just through knowing that there was an issue, we could notify them. Our vision, though, is to move also more into the energy space. We're helping one school here in Stellenbosch to conserve energy, and then also to reduce their electrical bills. We also want to move into the space where we advise schools on their solar opportunities, which will also then save them in the long term, and also to create awareness for the children in that domain.
Well, joining us this morning, a man whom you've seen on this show before. He himself is a tech entrepreneur and founder of Craft, and he is our new entrepreneur expert, Steve Fortuin. Thank you very much for joining us. And you're going to be heading up our segment, Startup of the Month, every month, where we review businesses like Bridgiot that are doing truly amazing work. So tell me about the company Bridgiot and what it is about them that stands out as a startup.
Yeah, well, with specific regard to the Cape Town water crisis, I think I've seen quite a few businesses starting up and tackling this problem from all shapes and angles. It's been very interesting to see the level of innovation applied within Cape Town specifically for startup businesses, and Bridgiot is one of these businesses. They look at the problem from the angle of if you can't measure it, you can't manage it, and they've got a great solution called Dropula, which attaches to your local water meter and is able to tell you or leverages the amount of water you use and the information from that into the cloud, and once it's in the internet, you can really use that information for anything.
Yeah, and it's really helpful, I'm sure, to the infrastructural managers, being the municipality, everyone around trying to manage the crisis. So you also have your finger on the pulse of the entire scene, I guess, of the startup world right now. How is this water crisis and the scarcity of water driving innovation? What other businesses are you seeing coming out there that are really doing great work?
Well, entrepreneurs in all shapes and sizes, as I said, in SA are solving for this problem now.
Yeah.
What's interesting is that we know that a water problem or water crisis or a drought isn't a problem that's specific to Cape Town. It's a problem that manifests itself in many different other ways in the world. what's great about the level of thinking amongst Cape Town entrepreneurs at the moment is that by solving the problem for SA, we're really able to leverage that same solution into other parts of the world.
Yeah.
And I think it's very interesting about what's to come.
Yeah. So what potential do you see then for a company like Bridgiot in their future going forward?
I see a solution like the Dropula solution becoming a hygiene factor in households and businesses across SA. Once you have the information on your water usage, as I said, in the internet, and once you've got it out there, it's really up to you to be as creative as you want to be, as what you can then plug in to that source of information in order to leverage it, or municipalities can leverage it. You can use it to manage your own household spending. You can even use it to detect water leaks or whatever the case is. Knowledge is power at the end of the day, and once you've got that information in a platform like the cloud, it's up to you to be creative with it.
Yeah, and they're doing really fantastic work, and you can really think about a brighter future for them. I'm always thinking to myself, if they were to list on the JSE, should I be investing?
Well, it's a long process before that, right? So I think in the insert we saw that they've got some great savings out there in the moment. I think it's fascinating to see how they've turned a school around and been able to save literally thousands of litres of water.
Yeah.
So off the back of that performance, why not?
Start saving your rands and cents. Steve, thank you very much. We look forward to our next segment talking to you about the startup of the month. So check them out online. They're called Bridgiot.